Welcome back to my home Slotcar channel, and once again it's all about the wood track Dragracing 124 scale. And lo and behold, here we go. I got the timer on it. So I'll do a little explanation of the installation. A little different than the HO Auto World drag set, and I'll show you the functions of it as far as the bracket racing, and I'm going to show you right now how I mounted it compared to the HO set. So on the HO set, right here, I got another one mounted, and that one there I had to drill the holes for the sensors and hot glue them in. The track's so thin, and I imagine you'd have to do that with a Hot Wheels set. On a wood track, I'd imagine you have to do that in any production company slot car set because the track is thin. So you probably have to drill your hole and hot glue it in. Good thing about hot glue, it's really not permanent. You can peel it off. On the wood track, being an inch thick, what I decided to do here is I pre-drilled the holes, and rather than hot glue them in, I took some very thin, probably about 4 or 5 sheets of paper thick, like a foam rubber, and I just rolled it around the sensor and I tucked it in there. You can see on both sides. I did it at the start and finish, and it's not permanent, but she stays in place, and that's perfect. It works perfect. All right, so let's give you a little rundown of the track. Here we go. Don't mind the mess. I haven't gotten to cleaning. I've just been building, throwing everything on the floor. My finish line, a giant pillow, and some foam rubber. I sure could use another 10 feet, but she does all right. Coming back this way, I'll show you some of my cars. The last one I acquired right here used is this Firebird. Now, some of them I get in, I have to work on. Some I don't. This one came in pretty good. Tires are a little worn in the back. Probably have to change them out. Other than that, runs pretty good. And I believe this one here has... well, I don't even know what it has for a motor. I can't see. And that's the Firebird right there. So I'm using a lot of tire glue on that one. The tires seem to be pretty worn. Before that one, I got this one in. Another used one I acquired, which is a Chevy. And this one here is, once again, I didn't have to do nothing to except put the body pins in. And this is running a Falcon motor, which runs pretty good. The last one, well, second to the last I just completed building is this Woody. Right here, came out real good. She's lightning fast. I used a Mid-America Boss ready to run chassis. I didn't have to do much to it. So that one there lights right up. That's a lightning bolt. Another one I acquired here is a little Gremlin. She needed a lot of tweaking. Very low to the track. She didn't have the traction or the grip. She's not bad now. She breaks loose. Work in progress. Another one is this Chevy Camaro. From what I remember, I don't think I had to do much to it. No, I don't think I had to do much to that one, and she goes pretty good. Another one I acquired, I pretty much absolutely did nothing to, is this one here. I believe it's a 49 Merc. She goes pretty good. She looks cool. And another station wagon I built right here. I put the Hoosier red rim tires on it. And that one goes pretty good, but I don't like the spur gear in it, so tonight I'll be ordering a new spur gear for it. Little Volkswagen, second one I ever built. Once again, it's on a ready to run Mid-America chassis. You buy them ready to run, those Mid-America chassis are lightning bolts right out of the box. And that one is. Another one I acquired, she ran pretty good right out of the box, I believe, from what I remember. I believe this one here just needed a cleaning. And the first one I built, once again, Mid-America, Boss, ready to run chassis. Definitely another lightning bolt. And I have another one I'm working on now. Unfortunately, not the right crown gear for it. That's why I'm ordering 2 crown gears. Because I did 130, I did 3/32 axle swap, and the metal spur gears I have for the 2 garbage. So I got to go back to a plastic Palmer gear. Nevertheless, now let me show you kind of like how the function of this. So one of the new features has automatic reset. So you run your cars, you got 2 minutes till it self resets. Another thing I noticed that wasn't mentioned is I noticed when I was putting this one together, it came with quick disconnects, just plug-ins on your sensor wires, which my first one was just hot wired the whole distance. And also I noticed on my first one, when you stage your cars, you probably had a second and those lights dropped. This new one here seems to have 3 to 5 seconds, so it gives you plenty of time, especially when you're by yourself and flipping, got to get ready and flip 2 buttons like I do, and works pretty good. So let me give you the basic function of it. So we'll reset it here. So this is the reset button here. And you have the Dragracing lights up here. So we're going to reset it. I'm going to step away. I am going to use, you know what, let me grab 2 cars. And I think I tripped it. I did. It's alright, we'll reset it. Alright, so we're back here. We've got 2 cars here for demonstration. Not going to run them, just going to show you how this works. So we got the reset. Right there, we're going to wait for the lights to come up. Now we're ready for staging. So whichever car, you're going to roll it up to the sensor. I'll back up a little bit so you can see. I don't know how much. And when I get it up to the sensor, you're going to see all the lights light up on the bottom on the left side. Alright, there we go. Did you see it stage up? So the car is on the line. Right, you see it on the sensor. And there you go. Now we're going to wheel this one up to the line. And you're going to see the lights drop. So I'm going to try and pull it back a little bit. Staged up. Now the lights are automatically going to drop. So you see you had plenty of time if you're by yourself to grab a button or 2. Alright, we'll back them back up. I'm going to show you the bracket feature. We're going to do the reset. It automatically does it in 2 minutes, where you got to walk down. I seem to have enough time to walk down, walk back, and it's still there. So now we're going to do a reset. We're going to wait for the lights. Actually, I messed up. We're going to go back. We're going to do a reset. Forgot we were doing bracket. Alright, we're going to bracket. We're going to say this car here is slower in the right lane. We're going to... I got to do it again. I got to do a reset. We're going to say the right lane's slower. Now we bracket it. However time we want to... I'll tell you what. We'll really show it to you. We'll go up to 5 seconds. So we got that set on 5 seconds. Delay. Alright. So we're going to stage the first car. Here we go, we're staged. We're going to stage the second car, which I believe is a slower car. So the right lane is technically the slower car. The faster car is in the left. We delayed the left lane. Adjust the seconds. So now we're going to stage it. And pay attention to the lights. We're staged. Now watch. So the slower car was in the right lane. The green light on the right side dropped first. That gave you the time to take off, make up the aspect of your car being a little slower. Now that's bracket racing. I'll show it to you one more time. We'll switch lanes. We'll do the reset. We'll wait for it to come up. We're going to do this side this time. And I'm just putting it up to 5. You don't have to. I don't know what it goes to. I guess it goes pretty well up there. We're going to really delay it. We'll go 8 seconds on this side. We'll say this car is a deadbeat. Alright. We got the lights. We're going to stage the first car. Here we go. Now we're going to stage the faster car. So the left lane now is the slower car. So the left lane green light should drop first. And we're staged. Big difference there, and you can see the difference. So that's bracket racing. Different types of racing you can do. I like all out. Bring your car is what you got. Bracket racing is great. Especially if you get a youngster, you're trying to introduce them to it. They're just starting out. They can't afford to spend the hundreds like you do on your car. Obviously, it might be a slower car. And bracket racing is a good way to compete fairly and really work on reaction times. And that's what's going to count. So anyway, that's what's going on. Why don't I just mount this up and we'll do a couple live demonstrations to see what happens. Always interesting. Alright, here we go. We are not running my 2 fastest cars, I'll tell you that much. But we'll run the last 2 I got in. So it'd be Chevy against Firebird. And we're not going to bracket them. So we're resetting. Let's see which one wins here. Which one's get the faster time. We got the lights. We're going to... First one set. Be nice if I held my switches. Second one's gonna stage. Staged. Here we go. Alright, look at those times. Firebird was definitely visually ahead. We got a 1.320. And the Chevy was losing traction at 1.538. And you know what I'm going to do? We're going to put them in the same lanes. And I'm going to use a little tire glue on the old Chevy. And I think we're going to make a difference in time. Alright. Tire glue on the Chevy this time. Remember the times. 1.538 on the Chevy. We're going to do a reset. We're resetting. We're ready for staging. We're going to stage the Chevy. Chevy is staged. We're going to stage the Firebird. We are good to go. Well, I definitely shaved time off that Chevy to 1.385, but that Firebird definitely caught too at 1.237. Well, since the Firebird's doing so good at 1 point, be nice if I shut the power off. So the Firebird at 1.237, we'll keep her in that lane. Alright, we'll put a little bit of tire glue on this just to make sure. And we're going to run this other Chevy Nova right on the side of it. And that one there has a 60,000 RPM Mockingbird motor by Mid-America. So we'll see. That's a pretty fast one, but she really lights up about halfway down. We'll see what kind of time we get out of that. Reset the light. We'll stage this little Nova first. She's tight. She's staged. We'll stage the Firebird and we're ready to go. We're staged. Well, even though the little Chevy Nova took it, or it shouldn't have. Alright, let's do a lane switch, see what happens. Ready it up. Stage up the Chevy. And we'll stage up the Firebird. Ready to go. Didn't even let the second finish. I shaved that down to 1.255. So anyway, I think that's about it. It wasn't really about running the cars. It was mostly about showing you the functions of the timer and what I've got done so far, which I originally said wouldn't be till next year. And believe it or not, many videos ago said I'd never do it. So lo and behold, here it is. So that's the function of the timer. It's real good. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm in Massachusetts. FC Slotcars, Bangkok, Thailand, got it to me. When they shipped it, got here in 4 days. That's amazing. The package came in pristine, like he handed it to me himself. He's a great guy. You need a custom length, shorter, longer. Let him know. He'll work with you. He has different models. This one works for me for drag racing. I believe he has another drag racing model that'll fit right over the track, I think. But it's a great system for the money. Don't let ordering overseas scare you. But if you're thinking about it, you might want to do it before tariffs kick in. If that even affects it, I'd imagine it will. So that's all I can say. Hopefully you understand how it works. It's got the bracket racing feature. And I love it. Works good. Adds a whole different aspect to your racing. It's thrilling. And well, I'm glad I got it done. So we'll do another video down the road. It's tough for me to run my regular tracks, my plastic tracks. See how I did the 2-second automatic reset? It just did it. I keep my house here that I don't live in. I mentioned many a times. That's why I keep telling you, don't mind how it looks. Basically at 50 degrees, and I'm lucky this time of the year if it hits 54. So those plastic tracks, those rubber tires are like rocks. And even the glue on this and the foam tires are a little harder, but not as bad as rubber and plastic track. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helped you out in deciding if you want one or not. And this, like I said, this will work on like a custom track, a plastic track, a Hot Wheels track, downhill wooden derby track. What's that? Cub Scouts, I think. That's how that system works. Works damn good. So anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. You never know, I might get the gumption to jump on one of my plastic tracks again. I still got to get 3 digital chips for my 124 Carrera track. And dust off my 132 and maybe play with that a little bit. Anyway, thanks for watching. Oh, and happy holidays.